India's nationwide lockdown has hit the country's poor the hardest. Millions have been left without work, and people are being forced to borrow money to get by. Despite the launch of government schemes for access to food supplies, many say they haven't received these benefits. Rebecca Bundan looks at how the COVID-19 pandemic's impact has further exposed the country's deep-seated problem of poverty.
Deepak Pawar, a labourer, hasn't worked for more than 3 months since India's lockdown was first imposed. He quickly exhausted his savings, and he's been borrowing money from friends and relatives and relying on credit from local shops to feed his family. Although some of the lockdown restrictions have eased in recent weeks, things aren't getting any better for him. There's little work around, and people worry about contact with others, particularly slum dwellers like Mr. Pawar.
अभी यहाँ पे भी मैं काम पे जाता हूँ, काम पे तो कोई लेते नहीं है कोरोना के वजह से, तो लोग बोलते हैं कि नहीं बाबा हम तुमको काम पे ले गए तो हमको भी कुछ बीमारी हो जाएगी.
The United Nations Development Programme says more than a quarter of the country's population lives in poverty. Poor workers in India often live hand to mouth, depending on daily wages, and these people are struggling more than ever amid the coronavirus pandemic, as many businesses across the country remain shut.
Now we are able to see the secondary effects of this problem, which is the rising level of indebtedness among such people, because they have been borrowing with the hope that they'll be able to pay back within 3 months, and this uncertainty has really has had a havoc on their own systems of savings and credit.
A report in May by Chicago Booth revealed that 34% of households in India wouldn't be able to survive on their savings for more than a week. Like auto rickshaw driver Manik Chand Barnwal, who only earned about $200 a month before the pandemic. With 3 children and a wife to provide for, he's already used up his meagre savings on basic expenses, and he's had to borrow money from friends. Though relaxations to the lockdown mean that he's now able to go out and work, with many people still working from home, he says it's a struggle to find customers, and he's lucky if he manages to earn $4 in a day.
सुनने में आया कि गवर्नमेंट दे रही है, जो भी नगर पालिका दे रही है, लेकिन हमको अभी यहाँ से कुछ ऐसा पैकेज मिला नहीं है. हम जो अपने दम पे इधर उधर से कर्जा वर्जा लेके अपना कैसा गुजारा किए हैं. बहुत मुसीबत से 3 महीना हमारा कटा है. अब आगे क्या होएगा अब तो ऊपर मालूम है.
There's a government scheme to provide free food grains to the poor, but experts say that much more will need to be done to help people through the crisis.
The new normal that we are going to see would require us to fundamentally change our approach to how we can pull out this growing number of people at the bottom of the pyramid. One, of course, is the strategy around how do you get them back to work. So that would mean microcredit schemes, cash assistance schemes, and also a lot of training is required in case we need to repurpose their livelihoods.
With the flight of migrant workers from India's industrial hubs due to COVID-19, industries across the country are struggling to restart, and major cities like Delhi, Mumbai and Chennai are still struggling to cope with the coronavirus pandemic. Studies show that although it's still a major problem, the number of people living in poverty has reduced over the past decade. But the World Bank forecasts that the coronavirus pandemic is pushing 12 million Indians into extreme poverty, which is an issue that authorities will have to tackle. It won't be soon enough for labourers like Mr. Pawar, who are still desperately trying to find work as the harsh Indian monsoon unfolds. Rebecca Bundan, CNA, Mumbai.